Do you know, as I was leaving the office yesterday, Pridgeon came up to me in the most free and easy way and said, "What do you do about cockroaches?" It's true that I'm not actually Pridgeon's master, but he must surely realise we are not on terms of equality. "What do I do about cockroaches?" I said. I simply failed to understand you. Pridgeon couldn't see what the difficulty was. All he wanted to know was how you got rid of cockroaches. "Simple enough, isn't it?" he said. I explained to him that I do nothing to get rid of cockroaches and have no need to do anything. In a house that's properly kept and looked after, there is no such thing as a cockroach. Therefore, it was impossible for me to help him. "Oh? We're infested," he said, "and they're getting a bit thick." I forgot about our conversation until I was walking home along the high street. At Rawlings, the ironmonger's, I saw a remarkably ingenious device for cockroaches operating mechanically. The price, 10p, was perhaps a little high for this kind of thing, but as I found when I purchased the garden thermometer, scientific apparatus nearly always runs to money. Still, I feel it is my duty to encourage the industry and enterprise of my humbler neighbours. So I remembered to mention it to Pridgeon today, seeing as he seems to breed cockroaches. Poor man. Eliza just doesn't understand. In a house of this class, for which I pay 40 sovereigns every year, cockroaches should not exist. Parker rather believed she saw a black beetle. The creature was quite obviously a cockroach. Eliza mentioned it rather casually over dinner. Parker's done nothing about it, and what has Eliza done? Nothing. I explained to her that these filthy and disgusting hexapods must be eliminated immediately. She was rather unimpressed. It's the same old story. If anything's to be done about these creatures, I must do it myself. Mr. Rawlings served me himself. I informed him that I was buying the trap for a neighbour, Mrs. Pedder. The device is quite a new thing from which he anticipates a large sale. I checked over the directions with him and found the trap simple in construction and yet remarkably ingenious. The fact that the cockroach perishes infallibly before it reaches the bait makes the trap singularly economical in its working, and it resets itself automatically, so it can destroy 1,000,000 cockroaches with the same ease as it can destroy one. Science has always held a fascination for me. I'm almost glad we have a cockroach on which to experiment. Oh, Parker. I can see, Eliza, that you fail to appreciate the ingenuity of the mechanism. Fortunately, it is of no consequence, as I shall be activating the apparatus myself.
You better read the directions to the cockroach. It might miss the second turning on the right and nothing happens.
On the contrary, it is a very serious matter. The cockroach lays a very large number of eggs.
Mm.
And it lays them continuously.
Pity it isn't a hen.
Hen? You will be laughing on the other side of your face when you find the house swarming with cockroaches from cellar to roof. Mr. Rawling assured me that the cockroach would eat anything. The remains of our fish dinner would, I was convinced, provide an irresistible temptation. Apparently not. They must eat something. As I said to Eliza, all that's needed is a little patience. She suggested the trap had only caught the mug who bought it. I should have spent a penny on some beetle poison from the chemist instead of throwing 10p away in the thing. I reminded Eliza that we have a child in the house and that beetle poison is dangerous. Eliza said that would only be the case if she mixed the beetle poison with what she fed the child. I mean, it was useless to continue the conversation. I asked Pridgeon pleasantly enough about his cockroaches. He seemed rather to have taken against me. Oh, I thought we weren't interested in cockroaches, he said. Not since we moved to Tooting and took a larger size in hats. I let that pass. I said that I was interested to learn how he dealt with the matter, in case I should one day find occasion to use the same method. As I said to Pridgeon, we are only human, even the best of us. Pridgeon advised me to get a large paving stone measuring 3 foot by 6 and lay it in the garden. Then I should get the cockroaches and lay them on it in a row and pass the garden roller over them 2 or 3 times. Pridgeon assured me that the method worked most successfully for him. Of course, Eliza's had her own way, as usual. She's put down some poison. It has killed nothing. Of course, it would be too much to expect her to admit that she was in the wrong. What she says now is that the cockroach never existed. It is her belief that Parker imagined it. 10p thrown in the gutter because Eliza chooses to employ hysterical servants.
Ernest decides to have visiting cards tomorrow at the same time.